Why hello everyone, Spencer here, also known as LegoDude11, and in today's video, this is my most anticipated movies for 2023, so without further ado, let's discuss. Okay, so like I just mentioned, this is my most anticipated movies for the year 2023, which is currently this year. I haven't done my top 10 movies for 2022 yet. It is coming later this week. I hadn't finished seeing them all yet, so once, I know that I'm making this video pre-recorded, so once I've seen all the movies I want for 2022, then I'll make that video. It's coming out later this week. I have 10 movies here that I am looking forward to. Now, just a precursor, this is not my top 10 for 2023 because not all these movies have come out yet. So once 2023 has ended, then I will make my top 10 video. But all these movies may or may not be on my top 10 movies of 2023 list. So without further ado, let's kick off. 10 is the worst of what I am least expecting, and then my first is what I'm most expecting. So I hope the list makes sense to you. If it doesn't, just be confused. Anyway, number 10 is Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Now, this was an interesting one to include on this list because I was debating what should be number 10. Should I have The Little Mermaid on there? Should I have Elemental? If you don't know what Elemental is, it's actually a new Pixar film that I'm actually looking forward to, but that's kind of going to be on my honorable mention. That one, Elemental, and The Little Mermaid, live-action Little Mermaid, I'm actually really looking forward to, but that one didn't quite make the list. Transformers made the list because now, I haven't seen either of the Creed films, and Creed isn't on here, spoiler alert, but I'm looking forward to this Transformers because of the director. Maybe I should watch the Creed movies just to get an idea of like what the director can do, but since it's a new director, since it's not Michael Bay doing it, if it was Michael Bay doing it again, it would completely be off this list. The guy who's in the Heights is in Transformers: Rise of the Beast, and the story, The Beast Wars. Now, I wasn't around for The Beast Wars, but because of this new genre that they're taking with the Transformers, it's not just like, oh yeah, we're going to completely, even though they're rebooting it, I'm interested to see. If it was the Mark Wahlberg cast again, I would completely be out of it. But the fact that they're making a new one with a new cast and it's a new style, I'm all for that. Now, my interest to go see it in theaters is still up in the air, but I still have interest in seeing it, so therefore, this makes it in number 10 for me. Number 9 is a movie that I haven't really had like so much hype for, but when I was talking to one of my coworkers back when I was working, this is his most anticipated movie of the year. And this comes in for 9 for me. I mean, just because I'm interested to see it. It's an actual real-world event. It's called Oppenheimer, and it deals with this guy Oppenheimer. It's actually directed by Christopher Nolan. And that makes me a little bit more interested to see it because I do like Christopher Nolan movies. I swear to God, I hope that this movie actually, I am understand his movie. Because every other Christopher Nolan movie, you can't understand Bane, you can't understand half of Tenet, and why can't you understand his movies? I don't know. But I hope that I'm able to understand all this movie. But The Dark Knight Rises is one of the greatest The Dark Knight is one of the greatest comic book movies of all time. So I'm hoping that this movie, even though it's not a comic book movie, but I hope it can do good numbers. And, the atomic bomb and everything with this movie is really interesting storyline. So I'm quite interested in this movie topic. So that comes in at number 9 for me. Number 8 is Dune Part 2, and Dune Part 1 was just phenomenal. It won so many awards. It was really interesting to see this movie in COVID. It wasn't 2020, but it was in 2021 when the heels and COVID were coming off of everything. And the funny part of it is the Suicide Squad also came out like roughly the same time frame as it, like a little bit earlier, around the same time, which I find the Suicide Squad movie to be really, really good. And some people even haven't seen it, like my friend, who are into superhero stuff. I'm like, man, you gotta watch this, and they haven't seen it. So Dune, but Dune, when it came out like roughly around the same time, it was so good because it came out in theaters and on HBO Max, which I still think HBO Max is a great service, but Dune Part 2, I think, has a lot of leverage, like a lot of good things about it because it's coming out in a post-pandemic era. When we've gotten big things like Spider-Man No Way Home, The Batman, Avatar, and such. But this, I don't think many people know about it. Like, people forget that it's actually coming out this current year. and I'm not sure as to why. I mean, not just because there hasn't been a promotion, but just because. I mean, they said it's done filming, but I don't know why more people don't know about it. But I'm really looking forward to it. I love the first one. This is a franchise that I like. It's like almost like Star Wars and another franchise, but it's sci-fi stuff. So I cannot wait for Dune 2. That comes in at number 8. Number 7 on my list is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Okay, first of all, I cannot believe there are 2 parts to this. But furthermore, the fact that Tom Cruise is still doing the stunts that he is freaking unbelievable. I mean, if you what you see in the trailer from him like jumping off, doing that motorcycle jump, there's like a train sequence. I mean, heck, if this was Harrison Ford doing all this stuff in Indiana Jones, which I haven't gotten to yet, but this would be incredible. The age that Tom Cruise is in to do this stuff. I mean, just look at Top Gun. I mean, that movie was great, and he was in a fighter jet, excuse me. But he's like running across things. He's on a motorcycle. It's insane. There was even a segment of like a 9-minute clip of him skydiving off of a plane, and like he just recorded a video. Like everybody does it every day. It's nobody's problem. It's everybody's business. Like it's insane. And this movie, I saw Mission Impossible Fallout. I love the Mission Impossible theme. I've seen a couple of James Bond films, but Mission Impossible is right where I lie, right where I shine. And it's nothing to, like, I don't hate James Bond films, but Mission Impossible is something that I adore. And this trailer with the Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning movie looks so good. Cannot wait to see this one. And then part 2 a year later. I think it's coming out a year later, but I don't know. But I cannot wait to see this film. So this one comes in at number 7 for me. Number 6 is the Mario Brothers movie. And oh my, I cannot fathom enough how good this movie that is getting made is amazing. The animation looks spectacular. Illumination strikes again. And I want to be perfectly clear. I don't like every Illumination film out there. The first Secret Life of Pets was cute. The first Sing was cute. And then the sequels to both of those were kind of like, alright. They were alright. But then the first Despicable Me was good. Actually, I take that back. I like all the Despicable Me films. I actually really want a 4th one, which I think they're doing. But the 2 Minions movies were just really bad. And the second Minions movie got a lot of praise, and I don't know why, because it got delayed so much with COVID, and the whole runtime of hearing the Minions screaming is unbearable to listen to. And this Mario movie where people are like, oh, Chris Pratt's voice, I want to hear the Italian stuff, and I was like, yeah, but can you really go an hour and a half to almost 2 hours with listening to, it's me, Mario? I would really get sick and tired of that. Now, I have to tell you that I am a diehard. I grew up playing Mario Brothers. I grew up playing Mario Kart, and seeing Mario Kart in the trailer was the best part of that trailer. One of the best parts. But I love the cast. I cannot wait to see this on when it comes, the weekend it comes out. So I mean, I hope it does not disappoint. But for me, it comes in at number 6. Number 5 in the top 5 movies of 20 most anticipated is John Wick 4. Now, you guys actually probably don't know, I'm a John Wick fan. I have not talked about John Wick here on the channel at all. It's a mature franchise, so if you guys have not seen it, not a shocker at all. But when I first saw John Wick with my parents, I'm like, okay, like, is this really something I'm going to enjoy? And it's a Hitman movie. I had no idea what a Hitman was. And then when I watched it, I'm like, that was great. When can we watch the next one? And then we watched the next one, and I'm like, oh, the ending just blew me away. And I'm like, when can we watch the next one, right? It's that good. It's that type of, like, not really suspense, but, like, that type of thrill. Like, you're on the edge of your seat movie, and he's just going around shooting people. I don't really want to spoil what happens in the first movie in case you haven't seen it, but the first movie, there's something really emotional that happens, and John Wick, played by Keanu Reeves, just goes on the run, and he's just a kind of a mafia guy, hitman, going on the run, killing his enemies who get, not revenge, but who set, like, a threat on him. So he's killing people. And then the second and third movie is just kind of like a wild goose chase of him going after people. It's kind of funny. It's not a comedy, but it's kind of funny, played out after one thing after another. But John Wick 4, the trailer looks insane. I cannot wait for it. I'm actually not going to go see it with my friend. I might make a video with me talking with my best friend, who's a big diehard John Wick fan, so me and him will probably talk about it when the movie comes out, but we're both going to go see it with each of our parents, so I thought why not go, because I saw the first 3 with my parents, so thought why not do that, so that's what we're going to do. That was number 5, John Wick 4. Number 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and I am so excited. Like the 5 movies here, almost all of these I'm looking forward to, but the top 5, even the Mario movie I'm looking forward to, but this one, Guardians 3, the top 5 have 4 Marvel movies included, or 3 Marvel movies included, but Guardians 3, the first 2 Guardians, by the way, the Guardians 1 is a great movie, but Guardians 2 is, I would almost say, not an even better movie, just evolves the characters, brings in Mantis, brings in Ego as a great villain. Who else does it bring in? Is that it? Well, it has Baby Groot, it has Kraglin, just develops, and then you see Yondu, very emotional. I can spoil it here because I'm sure most of you guys have seen Guardians 2, but the emotional sequence with Yondu was so heartbreaking, and then Kraglin getting the fin. You don't see that until like Endgame. I don't think you see it in Endgame, but you see it in Thor: Love and Thunder, him using the fin, and in the holiday special, it looks painful on his head, but I cannot wait for Guardians 3 with more Cosmo, Swole Groot, Kraglin doing some stuff, Adam Warlock in the trailer. The trailer for Guardians 3 was just epic banger, but I'm pumped for Guardians 3. It even comes out my birthday month, which is in May. It comes out May 5th, but I'll still see it before my birthday. But still, it's my birthday month, so yay. That because I'm in number 4. Number 3, we're in the top 3, y'all. Number 3 is Ant-Man 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And now this would be at number 1 if I was ranking Marvel films, but it's not. Like MCU-wise, it's at number 1. But I had there's other films coming out. So this one is number 3, and it's my bias. Okay, this one comes up just a smidge over Guardians 3. And for various reasons, because of Kang, because of the story, because of the trailer. Actually, I like Ant-Man a little bit more than Guardians, but it's like neck and neck here. But the trailer for Ant-Man 3 was bananas. It was awesome, and not just because of Kang, but because of every element they included in the trailers, and also the jokes. The first 2 Ant-Man films are very comedic, but what they did in the trailer was like the "Thank you, Spider-Man." That's what I like to see from it. And this sci-fi element that I'm getting, it looks really good. I hope my friends enjoy it too, because my friends are kind of iffy on Phase 4. And this, I hope it makes an epic banger start to Phase 5. If it doesn't, I will be massively disappointed. I wasn't massively disappointed by Doctor Strange, but that's another story for another time. But Ant-Man 3 looks really good. The trailer looks good. I like the first 2 Ant-Man films, so I have that one at number 3. Number 2 is Indiana Jones 5, or also known as Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. We have a name reveal for it, and this one looks really good. Now, I say really good, we've only got one teaser trailer for it, but I am an Indiana Jones fan. I wouldn't say, I'm more of a Marvel fan than Indiana Jones fan, but when it comes to this franchise, I put this at number 2 over Ant-Man 3 because in my era, when I've been alive, I've gotten one Indiana Jones film, and I don't mind Crystal Skull, but again, as most people say, it's not that great. I even agree, it's not that great. So it's just that because this trailer, because now this movie could flop, right? Like I said, the Transformers, I don't have a love for Transformers. The Transformers movie could flop. That's why I have it down at number 10. But Indiana Jones 5, it could flop, but with all the elements in it, not just the de-aging, that doesn't matter, but with Solovac, who knows? I hope they bring back the son as the grandson. Or was it? No, it was his son, played by Shia LaBeouf. I hope they bring him back, but if they don't, it's fine. I don't personally mind, but the theme song is awesome. I just hope that this is a legacy film. I hope it's a legacy film, kind of like Avatar, not Avatar, kind of like Scream or Halloween Ends. Something like they can end this, I hope it's better than Halloween Ends. Kind of like how that movie was terrible, but better. Something like that, right? Where they bring back this cast, and you have the elements that you like, and they don't misfire. But we don't know yet, but I like the trailer a lot, so I hope you guys understand my point there. It's just everything. Like I'm rewatching the first three on loop. The first one's so good. The soundtrack as well with John Williams. I cannot wait to hear what he has to do because this is his last movie that he's composing. So awesome, good job, John Williams. I love what you did on every film you've done. E.T. and I know this isn't Steven Spielberg directing, but you got the guy from Logan who's directing it, and the bad guy on Logan who's also in this one. So I cannot wait to see what this movie all entails. So Indiana Jones 5 coming in at number 2. And oh my gosh, if you guys don't know what my number 1 is, number 1, without further ado, is Across the Spider-Verse, the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse, number 2, and then March of next year. Man, it's not even a year later, guys. Can you tell my excitement for this movie and for the next one, Beyond the Spider-Verse, is coming in March, not even a year later? I am so pumped. Beyond the Spider-Verse is just automatically my number 1 for that year, but for 2024, but Across the Spider-Verse is my number 1 for 2023, for this year. I cannot wait. I hope all my friends are in town. I will be definitely seeing this with my friends, a couple of my friends. But I cannot wait for this movie to come out. I love the first one. I've been watching the first one non-stop since school started, since this school semester started. I mean, I've been watching parts of it non-stop here. Since the trailer, the Across the Spider-Verse trailer is amazing. That theme that they play, like the Daniel Pemberton is a great composer for this film. He's not my favorite composer, but Daniel Pemberton on this movie, in this franchise, this animated stuff, is great. His stuff is well done. I don't know how he does it with the little techno stuff. It's incredible. The animation styles of Lord and Miller Productions. I love Lego Movie, what's his face? Mitchell vs. the Machines movie, great animation style, and this is no exception. There's like a bunch of animation going on in the one scene with all the Spider-Man, and also there's 240 plus characters in this movie, so this movie is going to be epic. I cannot wait for it. That comes in at number 1, Across the Spider-Verse. The trailer looks amazing, and the story with Miguel O'Hara looks like a lot of parenting and family elements in it as well, so I cannot wait for this movie in June. So that comes in at number 1. And guys, this is my own list. If you don't agree with this list, no matter, it's all subjective. I just organized this list into my own list and my own thoughts. If you guys don't agree, leave a comment below and let me know what your most anticipated list is of the movies coming out this year. I'm not gonna make my least favorite anticipated movies. Once certain movies come out this year, I'll just let you guys know my thoughts on certain movies like Elemental, Little Mermaid, Flash. Don't even get into the Flash. I mean, Shazam. There are certain DC movies I'm looking forward to. Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle is also on my most anticipated, or on my honorable mentions for this year. But with that said, stay tuned for other movie reviews coming this year. Let me know what your thoughts are on this list. Share with me your list in the comments below. Don't forget to stay tuned for my my top 10 movies of 2022 coming later this week. As always, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the Lego Dude 11 family. A link to my Instagram, Boba Fett Jedi Master, is down below. Don't forget to follow me over there. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me. Don't forget to keep calm, play Lego. Peace out. Bye, everyone.